Welcome back to Keen Plays. Today I'm just going to be going through this game that I picked up a while ago here, this Shadows Amsterdam. Picked it up from Princess Auto for $8 or something like that. And yeah, just wanted to go through it quickly with you guys. I've had it for a little bit now, and I've had a chance to play it and give you guys my thoughts on it, tell you if I think it's worth buying or not. As you can see, it's pretty hard to capture the whole game. We're also just missing some of what's down here. And this right here, this is why when I first made the video, I kind of related this game to code names. It's because you have two teams, you pick one person from each team to come on this side of the table, and you have your own little map that you can look at and no one else can see, and based on that you know where the hints are that you want to give your team, or the clues. As the story goes, there's two rival detective agencies duking it out to solve this mystery, this crime. You're trying to find 3 pieces of evidence and then deliver them to your client before the other team in order to receive payment and win the game. So the people up here giving the clues to the team, they are called the intelligence officers, and then they're giving the clues to the detectives. And yeah, you decide together as the two teams which side you want facing up, the circle, the star, or the square. And then there's a few differences on each one. There's these fully like orange ones or black ones depending on which team you are. And those are unique evidence for your detective agency. And then there's the two-tone ones. You'll see they're in the same exact spaces. Those are common evidence that can be picked up by either agency. And then there's all these X's. Those are the police squares. So you don't want to land on those. If you land on them, then you'll receive an X and 3 X's. Then you just automatically lose the round. You've run into the police too many times and you can no longer investigate. Oh, and then also on these cards, the check marks, that is where your client is. That's where you can drop off the evidence once you have found all 3 pieces of evidence. And then you also get this little marker here that you can just kind of keep track of where your detectives are. You don't need to use it, but if it helps you, then whatever, you can use it if you want. And then you'll also see up here there's 10 of these little hexagon cards, and you have a whole bunch of them. These are the clues that you're giving your team. And then they can use it to find places on the board that they think would relate to those cards that you have given them. If you give them 1 card, then they move to 1 adjacent space. You can give them 2 cards, and then they know that where you want them to go is 2 spaces away. In Orange's case here, right now, their detectives are in the center tile, and they probably want to just move them right to this unique piece of evidence right here. So on the board, that is a picture of a dog at a bank. He's got some kind of case there for a violin or something. So who knows, maybe this guy's going to try and rob the bank. Anyways, so you would give them 1 clue here for them to move to that space. The problem is that the other adjacent spaces are going to be this one or this one. And in this case, these spaces here, obviously you can't go onto them. So your starting space is actually probably best case scenario because there's only 3 options for them to go to. So out of those, you can pick one of these to give to your team. And based on that one, like anything relating to a bank or someone wearing a coat, I mean, none of them really relate all that well, but I would probably give my team this one. This guy's wearing a suit jacket with a red tie, and this guy's got a trench coat on with a red tie. I don't know. You give them that, and then they decide where they're going to move their detective piece. So does it relate to that one? Not really. Does it relate to that one there? Not really. Maybe that one. So if they move their piece to that spot, well then you look at your little map here and hey, congratulations. You put this on that tile and they have collected one piece of evidence. And the interesting thing about this game is that there's not turns. It just all happens simultaneously. Both teams go at it. They give their clues to their detectives, and then detectives move their piece, and then back to here, and you decide on if they got a piece of evidence right, or if they ran into the police, or nothing happens, or what. And it's just go go go. As soon as this piece like that's gone, then you replace it right away with another one. First one to get all three pieces of evidence and then get to the check mark and give your evidence to your client wins that round. And then you play until one team has won 2 rounds. In between rounds, you can switch it up, have different people giving clues, different people being the detectives. Like I said, this game, kind of reminds me of Codenames, just a little different, a little bit more to it, obviously with jumping around and trying to find all these pieces of evidence. You can see how, kind of relates to Codenames in that way. I would say that it's kind of an alternative to Codenames. Not that they're, directly related, but that's the game that I have to compare it to. So I know that there is a lot of other ones out there. I just personally can't compare this game to those. So I'm happy to have this game. It's definitely different from any other games that I have. Like I said, for me, the game that relates to this is Codenames, and that's a great game. So this is like a spin on that for me, and I really like it. I enjoy it. I haven't played it a ton. From what I have played, I do like it. For just like a quick rating on it, I'd like to play it more and with like a bigger group of people. But for now, I would probably give it like a solid 7 out of 10. I really don't find anything too bad with it. I think it's actually a really solid game. Maybe if I had other games that were similar to this to compare it to, then maybe this would be a little bit lower. But right now, like I really don't have much else to compare it to, and for what it is, I really enjoy it. And like it comes with like so many cards that you can give. These are the clue cards, and then the game board itself comes with how many? Like 7 of these, and they're double-sided, and so the game board can get switched up every game. And yeah, and then same with your maps that you get. These are also double-sided, and it goes up to like 40 or something like that. And then you can also have 3 different ways of doing it. So lots of interchangeable parts, and it kind of just creates a different game every time you play. All of that to say that for $8, if you can find it, if it's still available, I would definitely recommend picking it up. For myself, I really do enjoy it. Currently, 7 out of 10. Like I said, I don't really find too much of an issue with it. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you guys think that it's worth it or not. In the meantime, feel free to comment, like the video, subscribe to my channel, anything like that. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. See ya.